after kick after kick. Sends him into the steps again. And Michaels causing damage to the Bulldog. Nice jab. Ties him up. Lovely power slam from Michael. Welcome to Sunday Morning Wrestling. I am your host, Wes Lynn, and every single championship is on the line in today's episode. We also have the first ever Cash in the Attic match. So Bobby Baker kicking off the show today in his first YouTube title defense against Tatanka. Referee rings the bell. Tatanka going in, kicks to the midsection, big club to the back of Bobby Baker. Now big right hands to the side, shoving his head into the mat. A big test for Bobby Baker coming up against Tatanka. Bobby Baker, nice elbow to the midsection. Kick, takes his arm. Bobby Baker looking for that turnbuckle, goes up top. Big arm drag, taking Tatanka off his feet. Now Bobby Baker the referee getting in the way of Bobby Baker, it seems. Bobby Baker up the top, calling for Tatanka to get to his feet. Big spinning clothesline, missed. Tatanka got out of the way just in time. Now later on, guys, we do have our very first ever Cash in the Attic match in Sunday Morning Wrestling. You have to climb the ladder, grab the briefcase, and in that briefcase is a contract to face the SMW World Champion at a time of your choosing. Lovely drop kick from Bobby Baker. And there will be 4 men in that match later. Cannot wait for that one. It's going to be absolutely chaos. Nice uppercut from Bobby Baker. Bobby Baker, big kicks to Tatanka on the outside. Remember, guys, no count outs here in Sunday Morning Wrestling in championship matches. Tatanka getting back in the ring. Smart move from Tatanka. Take it where you can win it. And Bobby Baker follows him back in. Jumps over the top. That athleticism showing there from Bobby Baker. Tatanka trying to take him over for a belly to belly, and Bobby Baker too good and takes him down. Bobby Baker taking him up for a nice suplex. Oh, look at that. The swing, the momentum taking Tatanka down the back and the back of the head, slamming into the mat, but he does kick out at 2. Bobby Baker can't believe it. Bobby Baker with a great win last week, beating Andre the Giant with the Canadian Destroyer, but Bobby Baker renaming it the Giant Slayer. If he hits that today, surely it's over to Tatanka. Oh, Bobby Baker slips off the back. I thought Tatanka was going for a finish then. Couldn't hit it. Body slam hit to Bobby Baker. Tatanka in control though. Bobby Baker, the champion, in a bit of bother. Takes him down with the arm drag, picking Tatanka back up to his feet. Bobby Baker ties him up. Takes him into the corner. And now looking for this Giant Slayer. Baker off the second. Giant Slayer's been hit. Can he get the 3? Surely that's enough. It took Andre out last week, and Tatanka kicks out and somehow stays in this match. Now Tatanka taking his leg down. Tatanka running for the top rope, taking too long. Bobby Baker back to his feet. And Bobby Baker grabbing Tatanka, chucking him off the top rope. Right back down to the mat, and then that vicious knee to the face. Moonsault off the second. No, misses the body slam. Now Tatanka taking Bobby Baker up. Suplex. Bobby Baker slips off the back. Lovely German suplex from Bobby Baker. Now gets the cover. Can he get the 3? And he does. Bobby Baker, just like that. The Giant Slayer doing the damage. And look at this, the swing of momentum. And then the Giant Slayer, not enough to get the 3, but he did get the 3 in the end. And Bobby Baker's first YouTube title defense was a success. Look at that release, German suplex. And now Bobby Baker gets the cover, got the 3, and he is still your YouTube champion. Also this morning, guys, the British Bulldog taking on Shawn Michaels in the main event for the SMW World Championship. Bulldog been on a rager recently. Looking forward to that one. Next up though, guys, Wendi Ritcher challenging Betha Faye for the SMW Women's Championship. Bobby Baker retained. Can Betha Faye do the same? That's what it's about, guys. That championship right there. Referee rings the bell. Wendi Ritcher winning the fatal 4-way last week to get the #1 contender spot. Betha Faye elbows her out the corner, picking her up. Big sidewalk slam there to Wendi Ritcher. Betha Faye kicks to the chest, picking Wendi Ritcher up. Kicks to the lower back, kick to the face. Look at this, absolute brutality from Betha Faye. Pulling that arm back, going to take it out of its joint. Knees to the back. Betha Faye back up to her feet. Picking her up. Look at these kicks again. Really working on Wendi Ritcher's back. Taking her down. Arm behind the back. And now wrenching that arm back again. Look at this. Trying to pull it out of the socket. Double knees. Rolls over. Betha Faye in charge. Wendi Ritcher does roll out the way. Hits a knee, but Betha Faye still standing. Ritcher sends it to the corner. Ties Betha Faye up. Nice right hand. Takes her over with a head takedown against the ropes. Lovely maneuver. Cartwheel body slam. But only a 1 count. Unbelievable stuff. Wendi Ritcher only getting a 1 after that offense. Spinning drop kick takes her off her feet. Wendi Ritcher going up high. What's she got in mind off the top? Turns around, moonsault and misses. Betha Faye just got out of the way in time. Betha Faye kick to the midsection, ties Wendi Ritcher up, sends her into the corner. Big right hand, ties her up again. Smashing her head into the turnbuckle. Betha Faye gets an elbow for her troubles. Betha Faye misses the chop, ties her up again though. Takes Wendi Ritcher over the top, misses the right. Does tie her up this time, and look at this. Brutal clubs to the chest of Wendi Ritcher. You can hear the moans and the groans from Wendi Ritcher, and Betha Faye absolutely taking it to her, and Wendi Ritcher just falling to the side. Betha Faye working on it, chucks it into the ring apron. Dropping the leg, misses. Wendi Ritcher did manage to roll out of the way. Both back up to the feet, but Betha Faye quicker to the opponent, chucking her into the steel steps. Now Betha Faye going back in the ring. Remember again, no count outs, guys. This is a championship match. Betha Faye back to the outside. Waiting for Wendi Ritcher to get to her feet. Picks her up. Misses the kick to the midsection. Wendi Ritcher trying to take the leg out. Hip toss. Leg lands on those steel steps. That's got to hurt Betha Faye. Now Wendi Ritcher in control. Another knee drop, misses. Betha Faye back to her feet. Tying Wendi Ritcher up. Big sidewalk slam again. And now picking her up. Look at the strength of Betha Faye. Throwing her over. Gut wrench powerbomb. Drops the leg. What a string of offense here from Betha Faye. Now Betha Faye picking her back up again. What's she got in mind? Misses the kick. Let's look at this offense. Got that big sidewalk slam. The gut wrench power bomb, taking Wendi Ritcher down, and then dropping the leg right onto her. Betha Faye, an absolute menace. And look her, she's got her up, chucking Wendi Ritcher into that ring post. What a devastating manoeuvre from Betha Faye. Wendi Ritcher is back to her feet though, dodges the grapple from Betha Faye, sends Betha Faye into the ring apron. Wendi Ritcher taking a lot of punishment on the outside here. Has she got enough to stay in this one? Picking Betha Faye up by her hair. And look at this choke. She's got a choke on the outside of the ring. Betha Faye looking out of it. Betha Faye tapping. If that was in the ring, we'd have a new champion right now. But it is not. Betha Faye holds on for at least a few more minutes. And now Wendi Ritcher raking the arm of Betha Faye. Wendi Ritcher does pick her back up to her feet. Nice knee to the midsection from Betha Faye. Sends Wendi Ritcher into that ring post again. Ritcher down on the floor. Betha Faye, double leg drop to the groin area of Wendi Ritcher. Picks her up to her feet. Ties her up. Smashing her head against the floor. Betha Faye picking her back up to her feet. And now Betha Faye has her up on her shoulders again. Takes her down. And Wendi Ritcher in a lot of trouble here. Kick to the midsection. Can she get back into it? Nice elbow. Kick to the midsection. A chop. Wendi Ritcher picking up some steam. And then Betha Faye hits her head. But Wendi Ritcher goes down. Hits the leg drop. Betha Faye take this in the ring. She is finished. Betha Faye throwing her into the barricades, just causing damage. Betha Faye needs to be concentrating on trying to win this match, not causing punishment and damage to Wendi Ritcher. You could have had this one 3 times over. Don't get carried away with yourselves. Get her in the ring, get the 3 count, leave as champion. That's what you should be doing in this point in time, Betha. And Betha Faye does go back in the ring. Maybe she is thinking this is the time. Wendi Ritcher dazed. Betha just waiting for her to come round. Betha rolls out the ring. Betha making a mistake though, maybe. Giving Wendi Ritcher the time to recover. Wendi Ritcher, big club to the back. She's got her up on her shoulders, and there she goes. There she goes. Is that enough? She's got the leg hooked. Betha Faye looks out cold, and we have a new SMW Women's Champion, and it is Wendi Ritcher. She took an absolute beating in that match, but she has come out victorious. Wendi Ritcher beating Betha Faye for the SMW Women's Championship. In charge. Look at her. Look how happy she is. The new champion. The referee getting her the belt. Her championship. She's only gone and done it. Beating Betha Faye for the 3. What a victory. And next up, guys, we have Mark Jones taking on Roddy Piper for the SMW Intercontinental Championship. And now Roddy Piper actually asked for this match, seeing that Mark Jones has been doing some good stuff recently, a good few wins under his belt. Piper thinks he can teach him a thing or two in the ring, and Piper straight in with the right arms. Mark Jones blocks the left, and now Mark Jones kicks to the midsection with double axe handle, clothesline taking Roddy Piper down. Mark Jones picking Piper back up. Mark Jones obviously of the opinion that he hasn't got anything to learn, but then he eats an inverted DDT. Roddy Piper, big kick to the chest. Nice jawbreaker. Mark Jones back up to his feet, hits the elbow, picking him up again. Roddy Piper slips off the back, hits that inverted DDT again. Mark Jones not learning in this match early on. Big right hands from Roddy Piper to Mark Jones's forehead. Mark Jones takes Piper down with a leg sweep on top of Piper now hitting Piper some rights of his own. Stomping on the gut of Roddy Piper, gets the cover, goes for the pin. Just the 1 count. Mark Jones is going to have to do a bit more than that to defeat Roddy Piper. Ties Piper up, gets Piper up on his shoulders this time. Snake eyes out the corner. Now Mark Jones going high risk maybe. He's up on the top. Piper getting back to his feet maybe. Piper's knee in trouble. Piper not looking in a great way here. Mark Jones might have the upper hand. Gets up down off the top rope. Ties him up. Taking Piper up for a suplex. And here is the strength of Mark Jones, just holding Piper above his head. And then falling down. Mark Jones with a suplex. Mark Jones misses the stomp on Piper, hits the elbow to the forehead, kick to the chest. Mark Jones in charge, goes for the quick cover. Is it enough? No, it's not. Piper kicking out at 2. Looks like we might be on course to crown another new champion here. Mark Jones in charge. Roddy Piper hits a headbutt though, takes Mark Jones off his feet. Piper picking Mark Jones up, looking for the running Bulldog. He hits it. Could this be the end for Mark Jones? Oh, Mark Jones kicking back at him though. Looked like Roddy Piper was maybe going to go for the sleeper hold. And no, here it is, the sleeper hold. Hooked in on Mark Jones. Can Mark Jones get out of it? Can he recover, or can Roddy Piper make him pass out? Piper's got it hooked in, clenched in, and he hits the jawbreaker, and Mark Jones is out of it. Now Mark Jones ties up Roddy Piper, kick to the midsection, neck breaker from Mark Jones. Now Mark Jones just circling Piper, picks Piper up to his feet, misses the spear. It was a mile off, but he hits it the second time, gets the cover. Is that enough? I'm starting to think Piper might have made a mistake picking a fight with Mark Jones. Piper does kick out at 2. And now Mark Jones going for the submission manoeuvre. He's got it hooked in. Piper's got nowhere to go. Mark Jones wrenching back, really pulling at the neck of Piper. Piper in a lot of trouble, the champion in trouble. Mark Jones lets him go though, and then stomping on Piper and then going for it again. Clearly feels like he's got this one in the bag. Piper in trouble. Mark Jones, can he do it? Mark Jones, the former tag team champion, and he has. Roddy Piper's tapping. Mark Jones is the new SMW Intercontinental champion, and Roddy Piper is not moving. Roddy Piper picked the wrong fight there. Thought he could teach Mark Jones a thing or two, but Mark Jones proving him wrong and is leaving as the champion. Next up, guys, tag team championship action. The Steiner brothers going up against the Mad.Worls.Society, the Iron Sheik and Mad News Brown. The Steiners been on good form lately, some good wins under their belts, climbed up that ranking system. Big backdrop from Rick Steiner. Now Rick picking Mad News Brown up off his feet, looking for that running Bulldog, looking to finish this one early by the looks of it. Mad News Brown fighting his way back to his feet, picking Rick Steiner up. Nice power slam. Tags the Iron Sheik into the ring. The Sheik going to the second. Rick Steiner back slowly to his feet. Hits the double axe handle to Rick Steiner. And the Sheik stomping on Rick Steiner now. Got that arm bar locked in. Rick Steiner struggling. Rick Steiner does roll out, gets on top of him, hits the knee to the head of the Sheik's. And now the Sheik ties him back up, belly to belly. Rick stops it though, takes him over with an arm drag. Been all action here today, guys, in Sunday morning wrestling. We've already seen 2 titles change hands. Can the Steiner brothers make it 3? And now Scott been tagged into the ring, picking the Sheik up, taking him up for a power bomb, maybe. Big power bomb. The power going into that from Scott Steiner, and then picking him up off the canvas again. Scott Steiner, another big power bomb. Drops the elbow. Oh, Iron Sheik getting out of the way just in time. Now the Sheik ties him up, taking him over. Lovely suplex by the Iron Sheik. I will say you probably don't want to get into a wrestling match between the Steiners. They're going to beat you at ground wrestling, and look at that drop kick from behind from Rick Steiner. The tag team efficiency from the Steiner brothers. Now Scott Steiner picking up. Sheik takes him down though. Sheik looking for the tag. Makes the tag. Scott also makes the tag. We've got Rick and Mad News Brown in the ring now. Rick Steiner kick to the midsection, ties up Mad News Brown, takes him over for a suplex. Lovely suplex from Rick Steiner. Steiner picks him back up, hits the headbutt. Mad News Brown goes down. Rick Steiner picking him up, goes for the cover. Is it enough for the 3? No, it's not. We are not crowning new champions just yet. Rick Steiner, what's he got in mind? Rick Steiner going up high. Mad News Brown rolling around, misses the leg drop. High risk manoeuvres are called that for a reason. They do not always pay off. Mad News Brown takes him into the corner, looking for the muscle buster maybe. Rick Steiner got out of the way. Lovely Russian leg sweep from Steiner. And now Steiner lining him up. Rick Steiner lining him up, running. Bulldog, he's hit it. Is it enough? Got the cover. Iron Sheik makes the break. Now Rick pricking Iron Sheik up, chucking the Sheik over the top rope. Now Rick Steiner making the tag to his brother Scott. Scott coming in the ring. Scott has the opportunity here. Oh, looking for the camel clutch. He's pointing out to the Sheik. He's got the camel clutch in on Mad News Brown, and the Sheik does break it, but then gets taken out for his troubles by Rick Steiner, and Scott is down on the floor somehow. Mad News Brown, maybe an illegal manoeuvre, but the referee didn't see it. He's back up to his feet now, takes him down with a tackle. And now Scott Steiner picks up a nice jawbreaker from Mad News Brown, ties him up again, throwing him across the ring. Mad News Brown making the tag to the Sheik. Sheik back in this one. Now the Sheik, lovely uppercut from the Sheik. The Sheik gets the cover on Steiner. Makes the break. Steiner slowly getting back to his feet. The Sheik helps him or takes him down for an armbar. Has the armbar hooked in on Scott Steiner this time in the middle of the ring. Is it enough? Can Scott get out of it? Iron Sheik does let him go. And now the camel clutch, the real camel clutch. He's sat in. He's got it in. Rick Steiner looking to make the break. Rick Steiner just standing there. He does make the break eventually. Not sure what was going through Rick Steiner's head then, but he took way too long in my opinion. Now the Sheik hitting Rick Steiner with a camel clutch for his trouble. And now picking Rick up, taking him down, kick to the chest. Sheik going back up, Sheik going after the wrong brother though, and Scott Steiner taking advantage and takes him down and out. Scott Steiner, maybe this is his chance, belly to belly on the Sheik. Goes for the cover. Is it enough? Mad News Brown breaking up the count. And now Scott looking for the Steiner driver. He's got him up. He's hit the Steiner driver. Now surely we've got new tag champions now. Surely it's enough, and Mad News Brown making the break again. And this time Scott Steiner taking Mad News Brown out and over the top rope. Now it's just him and the Sheik in the middle. Sheik taking him down. DDT. Now driving the knee into the back of the head. Rick Steiner struggling to get to his feet. The Iron Sheik looking for the camel clutch. Rick Steiner on the outside. Mad News Brown on the apron. It's hooked in. Rick Steiner's in the ring. He can't do anything though. What's he doing? He's just standing there. Scott Steiner in a lot of trouble, and finally Mad News Brown takes Rick Steiner down. Is the damage done? Is that enough for the victory? And it is. The Mad.Worls.Society hold on to the SMW World Tag Team Championships. They have been a force to be reckoned with since they've entered Sunday Morning Wrestling under Average J. Under his leadership, these two have been unstoppable. And now guys, it is time for the very first Cash in the Attic match in Sunday Morning Wrestling. We have Razor Ramon, we have the Undertaker, we have the Ultimate Warrior, and we have Big Daddy Cool Diesel. These are four absolute monsters of the industry, and they have to climb that ladder to get the briefcase, to get the contract. And now, Ultimate Warrior had Razor Ramon tied up against the ropes, but goes outside for the ladder instead. And the Warrior does bring the ladder in. And now Razor Ramon picking up Razor Ramon. Got some history with ladder matches, you might remember. He's won a couple himself, and now the Undertaker with Diesel in the corner, dropping the ladder down, ties Diesel up, taking him down on top of that ladder. Ladder rolls out of the ring. Ultimate Warrior sitting on the lower back of Razor Ramon. Warrior picking up Razor, double axe handle to the back, taking Undertaker now going after the Undertaker, the back of his head, pulling at his hair by the looks of it. Anything goes in these matches, guys. Any weapon can be used. The Ultimate Warrior pile driver to the big man, and look at the Undertaker rolled out of the ring straight onto that ladder, and that has to hurt. Diesel stomping on the arm of the Ultimate Warrior. Now Big Daddy Cool going up top, but Razor Ramon taking advantage of the Warrior while he's down and out, and now Diesel going outside to the Undertaker, but the Undertaker, not seeing that, gets in the ring, and the Undertaker turns his attention to the Ultimate Warrior, but Razor Ramon hits him from behind. Nice elbow from the Undertaker. Undertaker hitting Razor from behind again, taking Razor into the corner. Big punches from the Undertaker to Razor Ramon as he drops Razor into the bottom of the corner, and Big Daddy Cool Diesel working on the arm of the Warrior. Now Diesel taking Taker down with a ladder. Razor Ramon stopping him from doing the same to him. Now Taker picks up the ladder. Taker setting it up, maybe taking advantage of Razor and Diesel's rivalry. Undertaker climbing up the ladder, these two still going out right next to it, not noticing Undertaker is on top of the ladder, and Razor Ramon finally notices. Razor trying to push it over, but Diesel concentrating too much on causing punishment to Razor Ramon, and Undertaker is halfway there. Undertaker's so close to getting this briefcase down, and the Undertaker's done it as quick as that. The Undertaker has won the very first Cash in the Attic match, and in that briefcase there is a contract to face the SMW World Champion. So guys, this is the main event. The SMW World Champion Shawn Michaels defending against the British Bulldog, but whoever wins this match knows they're going to have to face the Undertaker at some point. Referee rings the bell. These two now going at it. Bulldog ties him up. Above Michaels he goes. Now pressing Michaels above his head. The Bulldog drops him flat on his face. Now the Bulldog wrenching at the neck of Michaels. Bulldog really working on Michaels here. Slams him back down. Bulldog going up high, maybe looking for that headbutt off the top. Big splash instead from the Bulldog. Now the British Bulldog been on fire in recent weeks. Wasn't pinned when Michaels won the belt in the Rage in a Cage match, and then beat Vader last week for this #1 contender shot. HBK ties him up off the back. HBK two-time SMW World Champion now. Shawn Michaels' knee gets busted for his troubles, following him to the outside. Big kick to the lower back from Bulldog, slamming his arm on the mat. And the Bulldog in charge of the champion at the moment. Michaels in trouble. We have seen 2 title changes today. 2 people retaining. Can Michaels retain? Can Bulldog make it the 3rd title change of the morning? And now Michaels getting back into the ring. Bulldog out cold on the outside by looks of it, using them steel steps. Michaels goes back out to him. Bulldog finally getting back up to his feet. Michaels big right hand taking Bulldog back down. Drops the elbow. Michaels slowly back to his feet, picking British Bulldog up. Ties him up. Jawbreaker to the Bulldog. Bulldog falls back. Nice elbow from Michaels. Michaels doing the work on the outside. A bit like Betha Faye did to Wendi Ritcher. And we all know what happened in that match, guys. As soon as they got back in the ring, Wendi Ritcher got the upper hand. And look at this attack from Michaels, though. Kicks to the back. Kick after kick after kick. Sends him into the steps again. And Michaels causing damage to the Bulldog. Nice jab. Ties him up. Lovely power slam from Michaels. Now stomping away at the Bulldog. Picking the Bulldog back up. Ties him up. Sends him into them steel steps yet again. And Michaels picking the Bulldog back up to his feet again. And this time Michaels going to take this one back into the ring. Bulldog going after him. Pulls him in. Throwing Michaels across the mats at the side of the ring, and now the Bulldog posing to the crowd. British Bulldog ties Shawn Michaels up. He's got him above his head. Michaels takes him down with the DDT though. The champion still in control of this one, taking his time, ties up the Bulldog. He's got him up on his shoulder, guillotine off the top rope. Now Michaels picking the Bulldog up. No, Bulldog with a jawbreaker instead. Nice crossbody from the Bulldog. And British Bulldog not had much offense in this. Picking Michaels up. Looks like he's going for the run-in power slam. He's hit it. Is it enough? Can he get the victory? Remember, Michaels chucked off the Hell in the Cell last week, and he has. British Bulldog is the new SMW World Champion. I think Michaels might have still been suffering from that rage in a cage match, but Bulldog has done it. Bulldog is now the World Champion. Thank you for tuning in to Sunday Morning Wrestling. Don't forget to like the episode, and if you aren't already, please make sure you are subscribing. Hit that notification button. I have been your host, Wes Lynn. We'll see you right here, same time, same place, next week on Sunday Morning Wrestling. Here's another video for you to watch, and please do subscribe, and we will see you next time.